Hello everybody, welcome back to Dominions 5. This is the late game in BumbleRumble, and I wanted to show you how this war unfolded between me and Vanarus. So last episode we had taken this throne province finally. That was actually turn 139. I loaded up turn 140. There wasn't really much interesting going on, so I skipped ahead to turn 141. And we might skip a few turns now unless something interesting happens. He did Murdering Winter, the army that was here, but we've since reinforced it, and now we're going to move on to this throne over here. We've got a bit of a communion. We've got Long Dead. Yeah, we got stuff. This is... yeah, we'll see. That's happening there. We have also moved forward with this army. This is the growing Doom stack. You can see it's very sparse, but with the siege golems and a little bit of chaff and just these really big dudes, it can just crack forts in one turn. And so we're just gradually moving on from here, going from fort to fort. We're kind of long distance magic phase raiding, so we just took a province here. And we're also going to send a small army this way to start to maybe grab some of these forts. Let's load up some more turns here until something more interesting happens. I think this might be the one I just showed you. File name 143. Nope, I guess this is actually... No, okay, whatever, this is 140. Okay, so let's look at the reports here, and we'll know what's interesting. I did flame some of the sky where? Here. Oh, I hit this province. All right, let's see what happened. Battle here. Oh, this is funny and tragic. So he had these heroes, these Vanabogs that had been just, I guess, very successful in raiding throughout the game, and he recalled them from the dead, and so he's got all three of them here, and they're all super geared out, and we have got this guy that we teleported in, just an archdevil, just a little kind of thug kit, and he does, like, I guess Phoenix Pyre and whatever. I don't know what he does exactly, but he just murders them. Because he's got enough hit points. Like, if they get a couple hits off, he'll still survive. He's got a ton of protection and hit points. And he just, like, they're still only 20 or 30 hit point dudes anyways. I guess in this version we get routed, but in the actual version we just kill all three of his heroes once again, which is tragic. A battle here, I guess, okay, good for us. We assassinate, we get a Vanabog, that's nice. There's a battle here. Oh, this is us moving into the Agartha area. He shoots a Troll King at us for some reason. Maybe he was just getting him out of that province. And this is our attack on the fort, which we secure. And then I guess here we attacked we stormed the castle, but there's only the garrison inside, really. This is like 5 super combatants, right? It's really nasty. Like, this stuff is... These guys, these big blobs that I've got in front are really nasty. They're really hard to kill, especially when they get properly fluffed like they are getting. Anyways, so that happens. So, all right, so this was the army that I moved forward. We're going to kind of slowly work on some of these forts. Oh, yes, here I was trying to pull off, like... So he actually has a significant army, I believe, in this fort. And I was trying to pull off some special move with this big Tartarian. Anyways, here we've got We took control of the outer fort, and now we're reinforcing it with a bunch more troops, kind of begging him to attack us. Meanwhile, this Doomstack is going to move on to this fort to try to trap whatever is coming here. We had raided here last turn. We moved this guy here. He's teleporting somewhere. I don't know where. This lady was trying to do like a soul drain kind of play. And so she's got all these boosters, including a ring of sorcery. But it's just PD. So, yeah. Soul drain goes up. And I didn't quite give her enough astral gems to be able to do it again, which was a mistake. And now she decides she's going to attend a funeral here. So, these things happen. I hope we don't lose her. Okay, let's load up another turn. So that was 142. Folder name 144 should have turn 143. Yeah, okay. Report from Umbor, okay. Murdering Winter. And Flames from the Sky. So let's look at where that was. He cast Murdering Winter on this army that I care so little about, which has just gotten reinforced. I guess he killed wolves and some communion slaves. Good for him. And then Flames from the Sky here. Right. So he cast Flames from the Sky on this army that was besieging this castle, except it got reinforced with even more troops. Probably killed, about a third of the communion, but there's enough here to cast everything. Like all the major spells. Like we've got a big earth guy, so he's got that handled. We've got a big nature lady, she's got that handled. Yeah, the only thing that is not always safe, I was going to say, is air, except we've got a pretty well protected fairy queen, so really none of our spells are dependent on the communion. I guess it looks like it, but it just isn't really. We sent a Tartarian magic phase here to just kind of lock down some of this fort. We've magic phased this province to lock down, this province. So we're kind of making this very hard to reinforce. He's got a big army here. Now, what we're actually going to do is be very sneaky here. So we have piled on troops here, and here we have our big death stack, big doom stack, but we're actually moving everything off, and we're going to go onto this fort here. Because we control this province, if he breaks siege, it's going to be nothing. So he did fires from the sky. I'm assuming he's going to try to fight this, maybe with this and this together, but we'll be gone by then. Everything will be on top of here. I have moved this big army onto this fort. This is where I had my lady do the soul drain play. She's still not cooperating, but that's okay. So I know that there's an epic army inside of here. Well, epic. It's a pretty big army inside of here. Now it's trapped there. And now he's in a... sure, he's got one Flames from the Sky, one Murdering Winter he can cast per turn, but is he going to target this army? He's going to target this army, and even if he does target any one of those armies, in no way is it going to reduce the ability of that army to win the fight it's got to win. 143. Continue to the folder labeled 145. Okay, obviously I'm doing some kind of gem trading with Shunyam. I forget the exact details. Okay, there's a battle here. He pokes us with a dude. Battle here. Okay, here we lose a fellow. I guess I had stormed down this castle and I was trying to take it with a single... yeah, I guess that's... Now, I don't know how this happened originally, but obviously I kidded this guy wrong. He needed to have a lot more shock resistance because we're fighting Vanarus. Now, I don't know if this is how the battle went originally, but it didn't go very well for us because we didn't kill much, and yeah, storm demons. So that was a miscalculation. Okay. Yeah, so let's look at the map again. I think that might have been here. Or was it here? I think it was there. In Gwendolyn. There was a battle at the fort. No, Umbor. Yeah, that was here. Okay. So, we are storming this castle. We've got a huge army here that has been reconstituted from part of these troops that were here, including a fresh batch of Red Guard Sacreds and Heavy Cav. And now this is a kind of army that can withstand one or two Flames from the Sky, Murdering Winters, and just keep going like it doesn't care. So I think we're storming here. We're still sieging this down. And we're attacking here, and we're storming here. This is turn 144. Let's get a few more turns in. Let's just make sure, yeah, 145. Okay, we're casting Crumble, I guess. A Tartarian kills not much. There's a battle here, where sadly he is able to either charm or enslave. Yeah, he got this. So this is some kind of unique hero. I don't know what this. I don't recall actually seeing this, but this is a really cool item. It's an auto spell charm, and so he charms my beautiful Tartarian. This is a great magic phase tart. I mean, just kind of regular gear on her, but she gets charmed. We'll see if it happens in. Well, anyways, you can see from this report. So he charms one of my tarts, which is very mean. Okay, we kill the PD on top of his fort. Then this is our kind of doom stack, but he didn't have much left inside. And then this is, this is the fort that I had tried to take with a single tart last time, which was silly. And so instead we send 300 long dead and 300 wolves, and that worked a lot better. I mean, I guess there's more than just the undead and the wolves. I guess we're also doing relief and blood rain, and these guys also have mass regen, 20 protection, mist form, will of the fates. So these aren't your ordinary wolves. Apparently mass flight happens now, like way after it would have been useful. Anyways, we don't even lose that many long deads and wolves. And that is that. So that's turn 145. Let's look at the map. This fort now is sieged. The walls have been broken, and anticipating that, I had reinforced the army here a little bit, because I suspect there's a sort of largish army in here. He might even try to break the siege with this army. I am sending a super combatant on top here. We're moving this army onto Agartha. Just take some of these forts if we can. So this army did not one turn pop this, so it's just going to have to stay there and probably eat a Flames from the Sky or two. Meanwhile, the Doom stack is moving up this way. Remember, our target is here, so we're almost there. We need a couple more forts, and here there are 1,100 units. So we're building up to that big fight. Once we have won this epic war, we still have to go like kill Pythium, guys. Atlantis is like fighting Pythium here somewhere. Yeah, once we've done this, we still need 2 more thrones. Actually, no, we still need 3 more thrones because we need to go get this one from Shiniyama. And actually, part of the reason why I'm now more actively pushing up here is because it will, although I have a significant army over here, I don't have a lot of my, like this is an old school big army, right? I don't have tarts here, or not a lot of them. All this like nice summon stuff, my heavy duty stuff is all in this stack here. I don't have a lot here. So if I can start clearing out some of these forts, this will actually give me another, path to go get these thrones. That's my hope. 145. Should be 147, I think. Just make sure we got 146. Yeah, here's turn 146. Okay. Battle at Agartha. So we just kill the PD on top. We kill more PD on top. This tart secures the throne. Not the throne, but the fort that it was attacking. Yeah, this is a big battle. Let's take a look at this one. So this is... well, obviously from the report, it was a pretty flawless victory on our part. This was this province here where since the beginning of the war, he's had a massive army just staged here. And we had our massive army over here patrolling, kind of zoning him out, blocking him from interfering with my attempts to take this throne early on. And I finally sort of accumulated a ton of dudes here. And now this is, if we look at just look at the report here quickly. This is what happens if you let a late game human army exist, and if you don't murder it with flames from the sky, right? Because we've got 130 sacreds, actually more, we've got almost 200 sacreds because these are also sacred. We've got extra chaff here. We've got a 30-person communion, and then also we've got super guards. But if you look at it, we've only got there's a Heliophagus here, there's a monster fraud, and there's one Titan. They're doing mass regen and blood rain and stuff like this. We've got an Ivy King here. I think he's doing mass regen. So. No tarts here. This is all human, this army. Versus, admittedly, he's also got an all-human army. And, this is just stronger. I mean, there's more stuff, but he's got a lot of herdmen. Let's watch the battle. Or let's watch this RNG's version of the battle. Yeah, so he's got Demon Knights, which are very strong. This is a Blood Summon. And he's got a bunch of chaff. Some devils, he's got some mages, he's doing what he can, but I guess before we watch it, what's significant here is that this is a human army and we took no losses. I burnt out 6 communion slaves, I guess, or they got hit by a thunderstrike is more likely. I'm sure this was a balanced communion, so I don't think I burnt them out. We lost to 10 foul spawn, guys. We take no losses. That is the power of having all the correct buffs. So let's take a look at my red guard here. I don't know if it is the spring. So we've got 18 hit points. They start, because they've got a bit of experience, they start at 15, 19, right? All right, let's... take a look. All right, so we got our first round of buffs off. So now they're blessed. They have regen. We haven't gotten all the blesses yet. All the buffs yet. We got air shield. Yeah, we don't have everything yet. We've got, now we're 28 protection, 22 defense, 21 hit points. I've got 130 of these guys. All right, oh, we got more stuff. Mist Form, Will of the Fates. Are we going to mass flight at some point? Maybe not. Oh, and then all the elemental resist from Gaia's Blessing. Yeah, so, and here are the flying guys. Oh, that guy's so injured, right? And this guy too. So that's the key, right? Is that this is a human army, but even though it's humans, like none of these guys die, right? Even though he had 150, 200 person army and a lot of mages, not a single one of these important units actually dies. Like these guys on the front line do not care. Oh, we also have Blood Surge. I mean, look at this. Oh, I'm sure we have a Rush of Strength. Yeah. For sure. Blood Surge, Rush of Strength. These guys have +7 strength. Like, these guys are doing 27 damage per hit. Humans with a sword. So that's a kind of full-fledged late-game human army. Okay. That was very satisfying. And that means that now we can basically go ahead and take these forts as we please, which is what we're going to do. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're going to storm that castle here. We're going to storm this castle here. And I think we can load the next turn into this episode. That was turn 146. This should be turn 147. Let me, yeah. We'll talk about this message in a moment. Titan. Okay, I think I magic phased on top of a fort here. So it's always a good idea to see, like, this was probably sent. This could have been sent to reinforce a neighboring fort that I'm sieging. And so magic phasing a super combatant on top of a neighboring fort means that that army has to fight this guy before it can go and do what it wanted to do originally. And this guy is astral, air, and nature. So he can buff his protection a little bit, and he's got, regeneration. So he's pretty good. He's pretty well suited to just fighting big piles of chaff, which is what's happening here. Anyways, so that works. Battle at Graingate. Our Wraith Lord fails against the Tart. Our Tart is successful there. This is him poking out of the fort. Probably a gem bait, if I had to guess. Vanabog with a bunch of sacreds. Good for him. And then a battle at the fort here. He didn't have much. And a battle at the fort here. This is a hilarious fight. Okay. So just looking at this, you can tell something went terribly, terribly wrong. Now, to be fair, he's got like a sizable contingent here, especially he's got a Queen of the Clouds. Now, I don't know if this is going to show the exact... I don't know if this is going to show how it actually happened based on my recollection, but let's look at what we have on each side. Now, this is not a huge commitment from me. There's one Tartarian here who's like got whatever I could throw on him. He's crippled and limp. I think this is one of the new Tartarians. Oh no, he's got a lot of experience. Might be an old guy, a veteran. This lady's one of my good ones because she can magic phase, so she's got a nice little kit there. And then we've just got a few mages, really. We're kind of, this is another one of these shoestring armies. It just looks like I care a little bit more because I threw in 3 of these ancient presences at the front, and we got a few sacreds. But this is actually a pretty low commitment attack. Meanwhile, on this side, We've got this noble giant who's kind of kitted out with some nice gear. Importantly, we've got this lady here who's Air 8, and she is going to do Wrathful Skies. This looks also like it got hit by a Murdering Winter or Flames from the Sky. I'm not sure. Anyways, Natural Storm. So I'm just curious, like, yeah, we got a lot of buffs off. We don't seem to have mass regen, which is unfortunate. Nor do we have a protection buff. Okay, so, you know, our buff cycle doesn't quite get off. He casts both Mist of Deception and Wrathful Skies. Now, unfortunately, this also means he murders his own army. That kind of tends to happen with Wrathful Skies. Now, what actually happens here is that my Sacreds, even though they don't really get buffed, they're still like Sacred Heavy Calf, so they do pretty well against this chaff. And the Ancient Presences are beasts too, because they have regen and they have like a ton of hit points. So we lost 2 already, but there's still 1 left, and he hasn't yet found a way to kill it. And honestly, this can get hit by Thunderstrike and regen and live to fight another day. Also, he has a problem, which is there's a big fat Tartarian here who has Phoenix Pyre, and it's not clear exactly how he's going to fight it, how he's going to kill it. And there's also another Tartarian here. And so, yeah. Now let's take a look at these. So this Tartarian is just fighting off people coming from all sides. The Mist of Deception. This Tartarian is also fighting off dudes coming from all sides. Are you actually going to maybe kill the Queen here? By the way, the Queen has no protection, but a lot of defense and mist form and things like that. Yes. So finally this Tartarian kills the Queen, which ends the battle. And so, if we look at the report, was that accurate? Not quite. So in the original, and I kind of remembered this, but in the original version, this Monstra actually does not survive to tell the tale, but this Monstrum does. So this guy with Phoenix Pyre is the lone survivor, along with 1 Ancient Presence, who managed to survive through enough of the mist form from the Queen of the Clouds to actually kill her and finally take this fort. But honestly, if you look at this, like, it sucked to lose her, because she had nice paths, and she had, like, I guess, maybe 60 or 70 gems worth of gear, but that's, like, not too expensive for me right now. In terms of mages and units, this is not, I mean, okay, like some cat mages. Like, I can, this is fine. I can lose this, right? And we take the fort. Good for us. Okay. Okay, that's going to wrap up this episode. I had Magic Phase on top of this fort and on top of this fort. And so I am getting ready to just blitz onto this fort over here. Now, to leave you guys in a bit of suspense, we did get a message from Atlantis who says, since I only have 1 throne less, I guess we end our nap 3. I expect you're probably sending me the messages. I did not actually send him a message saying I was ending the nap. But as you can see, Atlantis, like, we've been working hard on Vanarus. Atlantis has been working hard here on Pythium, and I'll, let Lucid. You guys should watch how that happens on Lucid's series, which is excellent. And now he has made his way here. Let's leave that as that is, and I'll catch you guys in a moment. Take care.